Alright, the project at hand right now is I'm working on my building. This is like the 5th video on a series of videos on this project since it's a big project. The previous videos I covered putting up all this metal work and putting up these precast concrete slabs. The project today is I'm getting ready to do this concrete pour. So I'm just kind of finishing up these concrete forms. And I just got to put in some rebar and some drains, and I got concrete coming in a few hours. So I got to get working on this. But this is gonna be really nice when it's done. Like, all this is gonna be like deck space right here. I'm gonna do the blocks high low around the whole thing, and it's gonna be, and the concrete's gonna be poured up to the height of the top of those precast slabs. And Levi's here. Yes. Right? Ready to pour some concrete? And we got some good weather too. It's January, so it's cold out, but I got some concrete blankets here. But it's gonna be like in the mid-30s tonight, so that's fine. Alright, we just finished up putting all the rebar in. And I got these caps on it. It makes it so much safer. That way it's not like spikes everywhere in the job site. And then those will come off when the blocks go on. This thing just stopped running and concrete's on its way. I don't know if it's out of fuel. It might be. I mean, the gauge has got a quarter tank, but I mean, if this thing doesn't start, we just gotta like send that concrete back because it's like any primer. All right, we put 10 gallons in it. It says it's got fuel. I guess it's running now. I put 10 gallons in it. The fuel gauge said quarter tank though. But it says half tank now, so it does seem like it works. little afraid of hills since the last crane didn't make it up a hill, but Just up. All right, so we just finished pouring this concrete last night. So that went pretty smoothly. That was my first time using that concrete bucket. In the past, I've hired pump trucks to do pours like this, which is easier, but ultimately having that bucket, that's a lot cheaper. So I'm happy with how this turned out. So everything up here is the same floor now. So we got the precast floor panels, which go to the same height as this area, which is about the same height as that. I'll smooth out this transition in the future. All right, so the way this space is gonna be, this is gonna be under a roof here, because this whole area here has a roof over it. And I'm gonna do the same type of cinder blocks like that, you know, here where all this rebar is. And then the same thing here, but this is gonna be outside. So I'll have drains off the edges on all of this, and I put one floor drain in right there to catch any of that water. All right, so I'm happy with how this pour turned out. I mean, I was kind of trapped in the crane the whole time, so I couldn't give these guys a hand up here. Luckily, one of my friends came through at the last minute. We kind of underestimated the amount of work on the thing, and one of my friends came through, and I called him up. He's like, oh, I'll be there. Give me 10 minutes, I'll be there. So that was really cool. All right, well, this is all done. So the next video on this project is gonna be related to this roof. So I'm gonna get that order in right now for all these materials. A bunch of LVLs going from there to there to there. That's all the right height. That's gonna be easy. This is gonna be a little complicated. With gonna be a bunch of weird cuts on this dormer. This is gonna be a little tricky, but it's gonna look a lot nicer once it's done. All right, and here is how the roof looks after pouring the concrete on it. So these braces held everything up fine. I mean, I'm fine with this. It settled down a little bit between the, you know, where there's nothing, but now once that concrete's up there, it really doesn't even need anything to hold it. That's a 9-inch thick pour right there. And this one's a little thinner at 5 inches. Jesse lent me these blankets, but I didn't even need them. We actually had really good weather. It was well above freezing last night. So I'll wait a few days before removing these supports.